Hey guys, well it's another year, so it's time for another room tour. This will be my third room tour I do since I've started making videos in 2009. If you've watched them, you'll see that my room and my collection have progressed well. It's really the reason I started to do it, just so I could look at my own progress. And so far I'm really happy with how far I've come. So I'll start off just by showing around a bit. Of course, this is the old couch that I want to replace soon, which I use to play games. And over here I have my cleaning slash repair station. You can see a bunch of cleaning stuff there and a few tools there. I have a toolbox under the table. All that is to open up, clean, repair systems, games, and accessories. Mostly it's for video game systems. Sometimes I've had friends ask to have their laptops fixed or whatever, so I do it all here. Over here I have my Magnavox Odyssey with the old RCA TV I plug it into to play. Over here I have my old PlayStation 3 with the PS1 with the screen and the the Dreamcast, sorry. All that I play on this little dinky TV. Over here I also have the Atari Flashback 3, which I have it on that TV, but I usually plug it on this one to play because the other TV is not plugged in. And this is my server, which I use for just media streaming, so music, movies, and whatever. Instead of having it on all devices, I can just stream to every single thing I have. Obviously, that didn't accept it. I won't be streaming videos to my Nintendo, my NES. And over here, well, up here, first of all, I have all my console boxes. There's a few more than what's shown, but they're all hidden in the back. So I really just put those either that were more convenient to put in the front or that I prefer to see. Over here, this is one little few random stuff here, like the Sega Saturn 3D controller, the Master System 3D glasses, a few Game Boy accessories, and the Assassin's Creed 3 steel case. Over here I have all my Atari 2600 games. I have only one boxed one, and here I have just a few soundtracks, like the Skyrim soundtrack and the Catherine soundtrack slash art book. And actually I'll go down here. I have my Game Gear here with a few Game Gear games. I have a few Game Boy games with Game Boy Color games mixed in, and my TurboGrafx 16 games, and some Dreamcast games here. Actually, that's my whole Dreamcast collection. I have a few PSP games here. These are my, I guess you could say, normal case games. I have some in bigger boxes that I'll show in a moment, and a few demo discs there. Or actually, they're full games, but they came in the bundles when they're like that. Here I have two Game Boy Advances and a Nintendo DS. Sorry, the Nintendo DS I don't really use it that much anymore since I have the 3DS, which I use a lot now. And if I want to play Game Boy Advance games, we'll like put it in the Game Boy Advance. Here I have some Master System games. Down here I have my Xbox games with my Turbo Express, my two Game Boys, and my Game Boy Color. Some GameCube games here, and a few boxed Intellivision and one boxed ColecoVision game. So then if we go over here, I have my big box, the PSP games. Most of them are Xseed games. I have some Atlas. These games here, these right here, are some duplicates that I'll either sell, give away, or trade. I don't know what to do. Halo Reach is actually the French version. I bought it accidentally in French. I wanted the English version, so for now it's there, but I'm going to get rid of it eventually. The Soul Calibur 5 Collector's Edition box. Here I have all my PlayStation 2 games in these two units. It was the first system that I got this many games, but now since then my PlayStation 3 surpasses it. Here I have all my DS games along with my Soul 3DS and Game Boy Advance game, if my camera focuses properly. Here I have the GoldenEye watch, which is based on the game. Actually, it's not an official thing or anything. I just got it at a print shop, one of the places where you can just give a photo and they'll put the picture on a mug or whatever. So I had one made for a watch. Here are my loose Genesis games, and below it I have all my boxed Genesis games and my Lonely 32X game. Down here I have just another random assortment of boxes. I have a NES, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64 box games, actually just one of each, and a few collector's editions. Here I have it's basically a big pile of a bunch of manuals for NES, SNES, and N64, and I guess a PlayStation 3, as I can see. Here are my Sega CD and Sega Saturn games. The ones in these DVD cases didn't come in a case, so I just had one made. I printed it off the internet and put it in a generic DVD case. And my only Japanese game for the Saturn, which I can't play because I don't have an action replay cart for the Saturn. I will hopefully get one soon. And over here in the dark area, which I need to get a light for, are my Pocket Station games and accessories. My, if you can see, it's pretty dark, my Intellivision games. And here are a few VMUs and memory cards for Dreamcast and PlayStation. And again, it's really dark, but these are all my NES games, which I've more than doubled since my last video, so I'm really happy about that. My Super NES games, and below that are my CDI games and controllers. And up here, that's all ColecoVision up here. And on top of that, I have my Working Designs big box, I guess, collector's edition titles for the PlayStation. Down here, it's all my other PlayStation games, which I have a bunch. If you can't tell, PlayStation is one of my favorite consoles. PlayStation, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and so on. These are the PlayStation Underground CDs, and these ones are just the duplicates of the PlayStation Underground CDs that I have. Down here are my N64 games, which I made myself some custom labels, just because it's easier to pick out a game. I don't have to always flip through them and to find it. And the Game Boy, I don't know how it's called, but the pack to put a Game Boy game to your controller. Here are just a few more accessories. I have the Game Boy camera along with the other accessories for the Nintendo 64. And this here is just some spare DS cases in case I need it. Like if I want to buy Game Boy Advance, if I buy a loose Game Boy Advance game, I'll be able to put it in a case like that and make a custom case like I did for this game actually, which is in a DS case, but I just had a custom printed one. And well, that's it for actually not true. I have some light guns here. They're not really placed that well, as you can see, but it's about as good as I can do now. And here I have my Halo Reach Collector's Edition, which is another reason I want to get rid of the other Halo Reach, is because, well, I got this at Zeller's really cheap because Zeller's is closing down, so I got this, I believe, for 50 or 60 bucks. Anyways, so that's it for this room. And now on to the other room, which is incidentally my bedroom. So first of all, this is my PC setup. I made this little stand here to put the screens higher, but I also have room for some other stuff, like my PS Vita, which is right here, my 3DS, my PS Vita library, and over the other side is my PSP. And well, over here I have my Xbox 360 library, the Xbox 360, which I got just at the end of last year, and my only Wii game. The Wii is actually downstairs, so I won't be showing it in this video. And these are all my, well, not all of them, but the PlayStation 3 games that won't fit in my little shelving unit anymore. Here are all the games that do fit. So there's all of those, if I can move the light. And I have some behind here, and on the other side too. And moving on, here I have my Slim PS2, which I still play. And of course I keep it there because the PlayStation 3, my PlayStation 3 anyways, doesn't play PlayStation 2 games. With the Kinect here. I have the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3, all with the PlayStation 3, the 3D monitor, I mean. And the bigger TV which I played on, which is a 32-inch. And well, finally, just to end it all, here are just where I keep all my controllers to play games. So that about wraps things up. I hope you enjoyed my video, and if you're a collector, just keep on going, I guess. That's pretty much what I did. I never expected it to get this big so quickly. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.